My name is Scott Thomas. I am pretty much self-taught. I learned from the horseshoeing trade to how to swing a hammer, and the rest of it is just doing.
My name is Jonathan Wick. I spent 20 years as a goldsmith. It's always been a blade in my hand, a hammer in my hand, and a fire in front of me.
Gentlemen, congratulations, you made it into the final round. Now we're sending you back to your home forges to recreate an iconic blade from history. The Scottish Claymore. The Claymore was used by Scottish mercenaries in battle from the 15th to 17th century. The weapon, usually 55 inches in length, would have to be held with both hands, and swordsmen were unable to carry a shield, symbolizing fearlessness on the battlefield. The clansmen would swing the sword in figure-8 movements, decapitating and dismembering adversaries. Legend has it that Scottish knight William Wallace used a claymore in the War for Scottish Independence. This epic weapon has been immortalized in the classic movie Braveheart. The length of the blade must be between 39 and 47 inches. It must be an authentic, working version of that deadly weapon.
I'm terrified. This thing is by far the biggest blade that anyone makes. There's nothing bigger than a claymore.
You will have 5 days at your home forge to complete the construction of this blade. After 5 days, you will return to this forge and present your finished claymores to our panel of judges. Only after they submit those blades to a series of dynamic tests will they declare one of you the Forged in Fire champion and the recipient of $10,000. All right, well, good luck, bladesmiths. We'll see you in 5 days.
I am nervous as hell. When it comes to equipment, I'm more basic. This blower here is 120 years old. Here, it's these that's going to be doing all of this. The plan is get the blade forged out, ready for heat treat today. Crap. I'm looking at the blade and I'm looking at my drawing, and I'm realizing I shaped to the final image of the drawing. The problem is I had to forge less than the drawing so that I could stretch the blade out to the drawing. This is going to cost me some more time. I know I'm not going to get to the quench today. So it's day 2, and if I don't get it quenched today, then I'm doing something wrong. I'm going to have to grind those edges in before I can quench it. Yes! It's in the fire! Here goes nothing. The past day and a half of work has all been just to get to this point. If it goes wrong, then the project's dead in the water. Here we go. Up and in. I'm gonna pull this thing out. It's probably gonna burst into flames. Or not. Heat treatment went well. It didn't break.
Come on, come on. It feels good to be home. I have the tools that I'm accustomed to using, and they may not be the best tools. Easy, old fella, but get the job done. I'm a smith. We smite things. It's a complex kind of piece. There we go. And I'm through. I'm not happy with it. I felt like scared and frustrated. Christ! It's just making me crazy. I'm having doubt that I'm not able to do this, that it's too big a job, that it's beyond me. I'm losing my mind. It's a new day. I'm feeling upbeat. The guard's looking good. The most crucial point is the hardening. Actually heating up pretty nicely. I'm liking it. Yes. This is the part that always makes me nervous. Yeah, baby. There is a God. I have the feeling that it's a good quench. This one's alive. This one's gonna float. This one's gonna fly.
Both of your claymores look fantastic. But as we know, looks are secondary to performance. With that, we're about to put your weapons through a series of tests. Doug?
Bladesmiths, this is the kill test. The term claymore in Gaelic means great sword. To see how lethal your weapon is and to test its functionality according to its historic design, I will deliver 2 killing blows on this animal carcass. Scott, you're up. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it. I see the pigs, and I'm thinking, oh, crap. I've cut test against pigs, and they don't cut very easily at all. Oh. The moment Doug hits the pig and I hear that thud, I'm like, crap.
Scott, we have a little problem here. The hardness of your blade is a little bit on the flexible side. It did not even cut the carcass. So that brings into question also the sharpness of your edge.
I'm thinking we're pretty much done. Congratulations.
It will not kill.
This is a failure.
Jonathan, you're up. Are you ready?
Absolutely. I'm confident that I made a good blade. The blade is hard and it's ready to cut. This is going to be spectacular. Oh boy.
Jonathan, we have a major blade malfunction. It did initially cut through, but then it probably hit the spine. It just exploded.
I'm not completely confident that I'm going to come out with the win here, but my blade cuts, and that's more than Scott's.
Jonathan, your blade suffered catastrophic failure. For safety reasons, we can no longer continue testing on your blade. Since both weapons have suffered malfunctions, Dave will now decide on the best course of action to move forward with the competition.
In the Viking sagas, swords broke. In the Song of Roland, swords broke. But bent swords can be straightened. So we'd like to give you an opportunity, Scott, to straighten that weapon so we can take it forward into a sharpness test to help us determine our winner. So, Scott, why don't you take a moment and straighten your weapon?
Okay. That's as straight as it's going to get.
Now, not only was the Claymore a battlefield intimidator, but it was also a Scottish symbol for physical prowess and strength. So what I'm going to do to test the edge of your blade is I am going to cut into this piece of sheet steel. So, Scott, are you ready?
Let's do it. I've got a 50-50 shot that it's going to do well. You know, I just want to see what happens. I don't even want to watch.
Well, Scott, there's actually still an edge here. We can see what it did to the steel.
Should have had the pig made out of steel. It probably would have cut better.
All in all, well done.
Thank you. Overall, I'm pleased. This was the first time I've ever made a blade of this size, of this complexity.
Gentlemen, this by far was our most difficult challenge to date. Congratulations, you both delivered your Scottish Claymores. But there can only be one champion. Scott, congratulations, you are the Forged in Fire champion.
Thank you. Hey, man. Go ahead. Yeah, thanks.
Jonathan, unfortunately, your blade did not make the cut.
Jonathan, the design of your blade was really going in the right direction. Basically, once that blade snapped, there just wasn't anything else we could do to test that blade, so that's why we're letting you go.
Jonathan, please surrender your weapon.
It's a great pleasure.
Man, thank you, sir.
I'll be back. Absolutely proud of myself. With every failure, there's a great lesson learned, and I think I'm moving forward from here.
Scott, congratulations. You are the Forged in Fire champion, and you'll be receiving a check for $10,000. Good job.
I've never won anything in my life. This is the first time I've ever won anything. You try your best, and you learn from it, and then you do it again until you perfect it. I mean, even though the sword didn't do what I wanted, it's still, okay, I won. I'm certainly going to be buying drinks tonight.